And now, 3 rounds of Fade the Noise, bold takes, sharp bets, and guaranteed heat. Introducing first, the hosts, Joe and Eric.
Hello, welcome back to Fade the Noise. Another happy Friday, best time of the year. Fall weather, generally speaking. I don't know. We went from like 50 to 75 in a day. So it's been a little crazy, but to me, it feels like the ideal time of the year, especially for sports. This is episode 26. We've got Angel and Aaron with us as guests, and we've also got Joe, our co-host and CEO of Moneyline Hacks, who sponsors the show. Joe, how's your week going?
My week's going great. You gotta love life, you know. Everything's going good, going smooth. We got a big UFC card this weekend, and we have a super fight on that UFC card. We not just one, but we have 2. Never have had 2 super fights on one UFC card before. Women's championship super fight and a men's championship super fight, and then before that, 18-0 versus 18-1 prospects. It's gonna be amazing. Looking forward to it. Everything's good. Life's good. How are you?
I'm in chaos. I moved this week. Everyone knows moving's a chore. I was stubborn and let my movers do a couple things. Felt like I broke half my body. Anyone under 30 watching, you'll understand one day. Otherwise, can't complain. You know, it's always an adjustment. Getting used to a new place, new routines, new everything. Looking out for my kids. I guess no one knows. Those are 2 black cats that I have. But yeah. So yeah, just getting adjusted and going with the flow. Happy for the time of year. Looking forward to all the holidays coming up. You know, second part of the Cowboys season. Time to rebound. You know, they're going to pull like what the Chiefs did last year. Just bounce back, crush it second half, Super Bowl. I think that's not going to happen. I know that.
Yeah, I like that plan. I like it. Let's stick with that.
All we need is a wild card
Starting with
spot.
the Raiders.
I'll call Jerry. Cool.
Yeah, a wild card spot and 3 wins. Shouldn't be hard.
We're set.
4 wins actually, but yeah, we're never getting into the divisional, right? That's not happening this year.
The statistics are devastating, but let's dive on in. So let's recap really quick. Last week was Bonfim versus Brown for UFC. Joe, how did that go? Did the fight play out the way you thought?
So Bonfim versus Brown did not play out the way I thought. It was not good at all. Like Randy kind of seemed like, I thought Bonfim was going to be in his chest, put a lot of pressure on him, and he didn't even get to that part in his game plan because he looked so comfortable on the feet. Was it an early stoppage? Looks like it for sure, but Randy didn't look comfortable at all before then. It really surprised me how good Bonfim's striking looked and how comfortable he was standing with Randy, because Randy does have some very underrated striking. Knocked down Nicholas Dalby. I think that was Dalby's first KO ever. So Randy's done very good, has some good wins, and Bonfim just did what he should have done if he wanted to be a serious contender moving forward. And now he is. So it's a good fight, but looking forward to this week and more.
Sweet. Angel, anything to add before we look forward to tomorrow's card?
Yeah, we definitely were both leaning on our boy Randy, and that did not work out too well. Pretty much covered it. Yeah, I think
Streak's
the
over.
wrong Bonfim brother won, but on to tomorrow. Let's go.
Yeah, that other Bonfim brother is trash. I don't know
For
what's going on with
reals.
that.
Hey, good on him though. That was a good win. So I'm interested to see what happens with him next.
The good Bonfim is having good enough performances for both of them to stay in the UFC. That's where the other Bonfim's at. He's just disappointing.
Can you imagine though Thanksgiving coming up after that performance? Just you got to sit there.
I mean, they're not American.
I guess that's a fair point. I never really think about that.
Very true.
Still, family
Yeah,
dinner.
you gotta. Yeah, yeah, I get it. Those conversations. No, why do you suck? And what is?
For sure.
Yeah.
I used to think about that with the Watt brothers and everything too. But cool. Let's move on to tomorrow night. We're gonna talk JDM versus Islam. Joe, kick us off. Fill me with knowledge.
Yeah, so this is going to be a pretty good fight. I love this matchup. Islam Makachev moving up from lightweight, giving up his lightweight belt, and fighting JDM, Della Maddalena, in the UFC main event. That's going to be excellent. Super fight number one right there. Makachev is 27-1. His one loss did come to Adriano Martin, where he got TKO'd, but it was not this version of Islam at all. This was about 8 years ago. So, been a very long time since Islam's tasted defeat. Jack Della Maddalena is 18-2, and he's an insane pace striker. He has 7 significant strikes landed per minute. 53% accuracy, but he does absorb some shots at 4.8 per minute. But he's pure pressure boxing, has clean, crisp shots, and just strong body work. He gave it to Bilal. Bilal said he was going to show him Canelo hands, and instead he got pieced up. So I think Jack Della could put anyone away, and if Islam can't get him down, it could be a very long night for Islam or a short one. Because he definitely could put Islam's lights out with his striking. Historically, Islam's control is elite. His wrestling, that Dagestani wrestling where they just don't give up and they have supreme strength. He actually has the second highest grip strength out of any of the UFC tested grip strength fighters that tested their grip strength, right behind Khalil Roundtree. So Khalil Roundtree actually got the highest grip strength, but Makachev's grip strength is matched that. So just
Was it
put it in
like
perception.
164? That's what I saw. I'm pretty sure. Insane,
161
bro.
for Islam, and then Khalil's like 166, and Khalil weighs
my God,
is like 3 weight classes higher. So he's strong for a little guy. So this will be a really good fight. Islam's best win condition is pinning JDM to the fence, and taking him down. Chain wrestling, hitting him from the mat, exploring the clinch. If JDM keeps exchanges at boxing range in the center, could avoid the takedown. His hand speed and volume, they're going to be a problem for Islam. So definitely take a eye on that. See what angle you like, see what side you like, and see who you think is going to implement their game plan over the other. This will be one of my best bets probably later, and it's also going to be a VIP pick. So stay tuned to the end of the show.
Yes, sir. I can't wait. Angel, anything to add on to that?
But yeah, definitely one of the best cards of the year. Not only do we got some super fights, but we got 2 fighters moving up a weight class to reclaim a new title. Islam Makachev, men's #1 pound-for-pound fighter, former lightweight champion. Like Joe said, his only loss did come in form of knockout. So I see that being his only flaw is his chin, which if you can hit the right button, good night. Usually happens for any fighter. But I don't know. It's gonna be a pretty good fight. Jack Della Maddalena. Cool name to say. In his last fight against Bilal, he denied 6 of his 9 takedown attempts. And if he can do that against Islam, that is gonna provide very much success for Jack. Yeah, Islam's trying to do a thing that his mentor Khabib never did, which is move up a weight class to claim a second title. There is different circumstances nowadays, but I think that if Islam can take Jack down, he is going to use that grip strength to his advantage. And no matter what part of his body he has his hands around, he's just going to squeeze and you're going to tap. Makachev likes to shoot for the takedown from that distance, and he doesn't need to be close. So look for that. But it's hard to lean here. I think this is the first title defense for Jack, and I don't think he gets another title defense after Islam takes the belt. That's it.
Okay.
Also, it's a good UFC card when Bo Nichols on the prelims. Things stacked.
They moved his ass down, right?
Did they?
They moved his ass down because he was saying
he got demoted.
He was on the main card, and all the fans were mad. We're like, why is he on the main card? He still hasn't done anything. And then he's like, maybe because I have a bunch of fans and a bunch of wrestling fans, and I'm such, I'm well known. And then literally like 2 days later, they moved him down to the prelims.
He probably shouldn't have said nothing.
He said I said something ignorant.
Yeah,
I said something pretty ignorant, and they punished me for that. So you guys got your wish. That's what he told him.
That'll do it. Well,
yeah, I completely hear you. Takedowns would probably hurt our knees, and yes, OnlyFans is a good way to get subscribers. There's so much fan talk. I can't believe nobody laughed. All right, maybe I'm the only one who thinks.
I mean, I smiled.
I'll take that.
I laughed in.
But yeah, it sounds like we have a hell of a card coming up. I personally hope Valentina gets dethroned because I'm just tired of losing money betting against her, and then she keeps winning. It's devastating. I know we're not covering it on the show, but that's my personal hope. So everyone who's watching this, make sure you do the opposite of what I say, because that is what will happen. Cool. Let's move on to NBA. So the game we're going to cover is Warriors Spurs. Angel's going to be taking this one away. Honestly, it's hard to keep track, but they have another game coming up.
Who are you talking about?
Warriors and Spurs.
Yeah, they do today. They do have a game. They just played a game on Wednesday, so this would be their second game in a row, if that's what you mean.
Yes.
Well,
Sorry
then
if I
you're
was unclear.
correct. No, you're good. Yeah, so the Spurs host the Warriors for the second game in a row. Usually doesn't happen, but every now and then, it makes for less travel for teams. In that game on Wednesday, Curry led the Warriors to a 120 victory with his 46 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, which came after a dismal 11-point performance. So I think he had some shots, that he wanted to get in the hoop, and he definitely saw them go in. He had some help this game from Jimmy Butler with 28 points and Moses Moody, 19 points. The rest of the team had about 9 points or less, so it was kind of like a three-person beast. But it was no easy matchup because the Spurs, they do have Victor Wembanyama. I don't know how tall he is. I think he's 8 feet tall. He's not that tall, but he's pretty tall. In that game, there was 2 triple doubles. It was Victor Wembanyama and Stephon Castle. Pretty impressive for 2 of the players on the same team to get triple doubles, but they did come up short, of course, to Curry and the Warriors. This next game they're going to be playing is a kind of a bit different because it is now the Emirates Cup, and I think there'll be a little bit more intensity in the game, maybe more defense, more points scored, but they're playing for the ultimate goal in this Emirates Cup, which is to hold the NBA Cup trophy and win the prize pool. So it might mean a little more for players, maybe not, but yeah, I don't know. The Spurs are 2.5 home favorites, and the Warriors right now are plus 114. I kind of like that. Spurs are minus 135. Over under set at 235.5. And I don't know. I think that might be the bet to hit because the over hit with time left in the game. And I think this game they're going to be playing for a bit more, like I said, with it being the Emirates Cup. So yeah, I think I'm leaning with the over. And I don't know, maybe the Spurs get some get back this game, or maybe Curry puts up another 40 points.
Yeah. Make it 50, 60.
Hey, whatever he has to do to win.
Stuff.
He's hot right now.
Yeah, I saw something about that. I think like players over 35, the amount of 40+ point games they've had, he's definitely trailing LeBron, and I think he's tied with Jordan or beating him or something. I don't know. It's been a long time,
Makes
technology.
sense.
Yeah,
He scored a
and it's
lot of
kind of
points.
different game nowadays anyway. Joe, Aaron, do either of you have anything to add on to that before we go into NFL?
Yeah, Steph dropped 46 points in the first Spurs meeting 2 nights ago. I mean, he's on fire, going absolutely nuclear right now. The Warriors' offensive rating is really high right now, well over 100, and that's very Steph dependent, though. But they got Steph tonight, so no problem. There's like a lot of when Spurs have the ball, there's a lot of heavy Wemby usage and PNR and elbow touches. The Warriors will likely show more early help and stunt off shaky shooters after Wemby just dropped 31-point triple-double on them last time. If Kuminga sits again, on the other hand, Golden State Warriors is pretty small at the 4-5, forcing switch-heavy looks and putting more strain on Draymond and Looney. So we just got to see where that's at right now with the Warriors and how healthy Kuminga's looking going into today. After, there's like, I think the score was 245 points or in the mid 240s. Last game they played, it was basically a shootout for basketball. So,
Oh yeah, 245.
Both staffs, 245. Yep. So both staffs are going to open with more conservative coverages this time. Spurs in particular may play naturally slow. That favors a lower first half pace before benches and fatigues open things up in the second half. So if you're looking for under for this game, definitely go first half under.
That's it.
I like that. I was that
Yes,
last
sir.
game. I think Curry had like 30 points almost in the second half, right? That's when it all
Yeah,
happened.
he had He had 22 points in the third quarter. So, yeah, it's just a few more in the fourth. It's crazy. I
Could
don't know
be
what
like
they
That's
gave
gonna
that
be
him
a
in that
different
locker
game.
because
room.
the Spurs don't really have nothing to say. I'm a Spurs fan. They're gonna give points up to people like Curry at home. I think they're like near the worst at that, to be honest. I don't have anything. I don't have any notes on it or nothing. Definitely seasoned and watching that happen.
I hear you, man. I only laugh because you always say it like it is, and sometimes the way you see it makes me laugh. No, I was just thinking about the 25 points in a quarter thing, and I thought I read that Jokic did the same in the Nuggets game the other night. He scored 55 points, I think, in his first 50-plus point game that
Jeez.
they actually won. Because normally they lose, but I think he put up 25 points in the first quarter, which is the only reason I mention it. Then again, it was against the Clippers, the oldest team in the history of the NBA, so it's not break out the champagne yet. Sorry,
Yeah.
Joe. I know how you feel about them. Just destroyed. Good. All good. Okay. Let's move on. We're going to go to the NFL slate. The season's starting to heat up. We're getting into more of a crunch time situation where I want to say we're more or less done with the bye week breaks. And now is when divisional matchups start to have a lot of weight behind them, when everyone realizes they're not going to be undefeated by the time they play their division rivals. So we're going to start things off with Bucks and Bills. And I low-key hate the Bills just for constant disappointment. Not for any other reason. It's just stop it. And the Bucks are, I feel like, perennial underdogs that overachieve, at least with the roster that they have now. Angel, what's the name of the receiver you were talking about in our chat? Because I know I picked him up in fantasy and he went off.
That is a very good question that I don't
Sorry, I know I
recall.
put you off. No, you're good,
Yeah.
man. Expect you to have it. Uh,
Must
yeah.
be good.
So we're gonna talk about game. Bills are minus 258 money line at home, minus 5.5 spread, and just looking forward to seeing how that one shakes out. And let's go clockwise. Aaron, you want to start us off?
Yeah, in Buffalo, Buccaneers. I don't know. I see just not questionable. I'm not sure if what's up with Bucky Irving yet. I couldn't really. I know that you're not going to find anything. I'm sure they're not going to tell you, but
He's out. He's out. Godwin's out. Another weekend of them out.
oh, okay. Yeah. The Bills are just. This is a spot for them to win, right? Well, after they get lose to the Dolphins, come back home, and you get to play. This was the game I felt like I had to look into the least, but I don't have any other side. I'm not arguing with anybody who wants to take the Bills minus 20 or something.
Did you say minus 20?
I would do it. I mean, not really. They're still injured and broken too, to be honest. I mean, it's just the fact that they're. Hold on.
There are a few pieces.
I gotta take care of my kids real quick.
You're
They're
all
banging
good,
on the
man.
door.
Let's move
But I
on
didn't have
to
much on it. I know it's a battle between the two. It's just I don't know. I like it for the Bills. This was the one I had like 4 lines of notes for.
okay.
So
Cool.
sorry about that. I probably shouldn't have been the one to start this game off.
It's okay, man. It's just toss up every single week, and
That's
we're gonna go on to Joe next.
Yeah, Bills versus Bucks. Bucks line has multiple names on the injury report. I think Reddick, Bredson, but the front line is still capable of high pressure rates without blitzing. So that's actually the exact profile that has given Baker Mayfield issues in the past. So that'll be a good, interesting matchup to watch right there. Dalton Kincaid still ruled out for the Bills, and Bills are wide receiver, I think, is a little beat up as well. So I think Bills a little bit better in the red zone. Josh Allen runs them in all the time. It's hard to stop that. And then Bucks tilt run heavy as well, but they haven't consistently finished drives with touchdowns versus good fronts like the Bills have. So definitely liking the Bills in this matchup. And I'm actually liking the first half as well. It comes down to, can Baker survive a cold Buffalo rush without his guards, or does Josh Allen just bully ball them out the building? So we'll see. It's either the Bucks who keep it close or they get blown out. in this game, in my opinion. But yeah, stay tuned to the end because, we might have a best bet for this one as well.
Yes, sir. And let's
Ooh.
say it's best for last. We're going to go with Angel. Wrap this round
Yeah.
up. What do you have for this game?
We got 6-3 Bills going against 6-3 Bucks. The Bills have lost 3 of their last 5 games. They just lost 30-13 to Miami. It was not pretty. I didn't think Miami's defense was that good, but maybe they just got better. In those 3 losses, Josh Allen has 4 interceptions, 2 fumbles. When you give the team the other ball, you're kind of like giving them the game. And I think you can't have those turnovers, especially as the quarterback. You're like the leader of your team, and he needs to clean that up. And I think this is a good game for him to clean that up. The Bucks, they still lead their division after losing 2 of their last 3 games. They're also coming off a loss. It was against the Patriots. It was a much more competitive game. They lost 28-23. In the post-game interviews, Mayfield refuses to use injuries as an excuse, but I think it's a very good reason why they've been on the not so winning side of games. But they do be keeping it close. I think that with Bucky Irving out, Rashad White and Sean Tucker are going to have to carry the load, literally, because they're our next man's up. And what's it called? Josh Allen and Baker Mayfield are both mobile quarterbacks. So if they do want to run or find the need to run, they're going to run. And I think that whichever pass rush, comes up better, gets more to the quarterback, I think they might win. Dalton Kincaid is out, but Dawson Knox, that means he might be tight end 1 for Josh Allen. So I like him to get a couple targets. James Cook did not have such a good game last game. Only 13 rushes for 53 yards. He started the season so dominant, and he still is that dominant guy, but he needs the ball. It's hard to give the running back the ball when your team is down 16-0 at halftime. So look for this game to flip the script and give the ball to James Cook. He caught all 5 of his targets for 24 yards, but he did fumble one time. So like I said, hold on to the ball, stop fumbling, stop throwing the ball to the other team, and I think they just might win. But I don't know. I'm a Baker fan. He has the dog in him. I think with his injuries, he still has some very good weapons. One of them being Tez Johnson, pretty nice guy. I do have him in a few leagues. He's a rookie and he's on a breakout season right now. He's in a very good spot and has a very good quarterback. So I look for him to catch some balls. And Cade Otton, the tight end for the Bucks, he's been a very good, reliable go-to option for Baker. So I think he might even get a touchdown this week. But yeah, I'm going to go with the Bucks on this one.
Tez. That was the guy I mentioned at the beginning of this round. And I agree. Total stud. And not just because I happened to pick him up before he went off, but because of foresight and faith. Yeah, I agree with your take, though. I would very much like to see the Bucks continue to work with what they have, especially when, I was going to say the Bills don't have as much, but they have quite a bit and just
Yeah.
constantly seem to lose weird games. And I'm going to pretend to be like a multi-millionaire NFL statistics analyst, but there's something weird going on in Buffalo.
That's true. I mean, they don't really have weapons at wide receivers, but they have receivers that can catch the ball. I just think Josh Allen needs to get them the ball because Keon Coleman's not that bad. He just needs the ball. So if he uses what he has, doesn't throw the ball to the other team, they're gonna win.
Say that about
Coleman
any-
to go off, so
Yeah,
Throw
I
the ball
drafted
to
him on a few teams, so I'm still waiting on that rise. But he only needs to do good in the playoffs,
I mean, I get it. We'll have to wait and see what happens. It's weird with the season this long. Certain things are still shaking out and others are developing as teams overcome injuries, bye weeks, records, everything. Cool. So for our next game, we're going to talk Seahawks at Rams. Rams are home favorites at -198. Spread is set at -3.5. The -2.5 spread's a little juicy, but the Rams have been studs. Actually, Seahawks and Rams were both surprisingly good this year, record-wise at least. I think everybody knows the talent existed on both, but in general, for them to be doing as well as they have been, I think was a surprise. Why don't you start us off, Angel? Seems like
if you
you have
say
an
so.
opinion.
I got something to say. This is quite an intriguing matchup, if I might say. Both teams are 7-2. Both teams have won 4 in a row. Both teams are tied atop the NFC West, but there can only be one at the top. Who's it going to be? I don't know. Each team is elite on offense and defense. This is a very good matchup. Seattle ranks number 3 in the NFL in scoring offense and number 5 in scoring defense. Rams are number 2 and number 5. That's pretty as close as it can be. There's some MVPs on both teams. One of them being Matthew Stafford. I feel like we're always talking about him. He's just so good. The ultimate denier of father time. I don't know. Maybe this is his prime time. I don't know. But I think after the Seahawks beat down the Cardinals for this week or the week before, they've just been riding momentum, beat the 40. It's just any team that they play, they win. I don't know. But I don't think the Rams are going to be that easy. I think they finally met their match. Both teams have met their match. Seahawks defense is good. Rams defense is good. Which quarterback can get the ball out faster? They both have great number one wide receivers. Puka Nakua, everyone knows him. He's amazing. Does not drop many balls thrown his way. Devontae Adams, one of the best number 2 wide receiver options, going against Jackson Smith and Jigba, Cooper Kupp. Come on, they just got weapons. Zach Charbonnet, I don't know, I can go on and on, but this is going to be a very good game to watch. I will be watching. Who wins? I don't know. I just think maybe Matthew Stafford. He has a little more experience. I think the vet wins this one. That Rams defense gets Sam Darnold, and that's what I got. Go Rams.
I generally agree with the things you said. Devontae Adams is my boy. I didn't even think about the whole Cup revenge game thing. That's been a little disappointing. But yeah, I remember before the season, Matthew Stafford, like all the headlines was about how his back's broken, he was washed up, everything's
Bro,
terrible.
my God, I took him in like one league knowing that. But all of a sudden, he's the best. I'm like, so crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, sports media is worse than regular media. So yeah,
all
I'm
fake
pulling for
news.
the Rams as well. We're going to see what happens. And let's go to Joe next for this game.
Yeah, like Angel was saying, MVP Matt. If his best friend Clayton Kershaw could play like that, still we would be a lock for the Dodgers to three-peat
Wait.
next year. But
Are they? Are they like real life good
yeah,
friends?
yeah, good or best friends. They're very, very like they both went to school together back in the day. Who knows what sports they were playing together on the same team? And yeah, they're both in the pros.
Okay. Sorry for the interruption. Please
Yeah.
continue.
But yeah, Matt Stafford, high completion rate this year, heavy touchdown output, one of the league leaders in touchdown passes. Geno Smith, he's been efficient. O-line injuries have shown up in pressure metrics, so he's been getting pressured a little more. If his O-line is healthy, I think Geno could be even better.
I think Geno's on the Raiders.
You mean
Sam Darnold, you may be referring to.
Darnold, yeah.
Got you, I got you.
Notes got all messed up, but yeah, but doing good as well. Not seeing ghosts this year. But yeah, it's basically the Rams passing game versus a banged up secondary and O-line on the other side. Obviously got the Rams on this. They're looking pretty good. They're doing good this year. And with Stafford playing the way he's playing, defense just needs to show up a little bit and they'll get the W, in my opinion. McVay, he's been aggressive early with scripted drives, and Rams have been finishing drives with touchdowns at a healthy clip. Seahawks have lived more on explosives, which are harder to sustain versus a disciplined Rams secondary. There is some divisional familiarity there. There's a live bet window. Early drives will tell us a lot about Seattle's O-line health. If they can't protect and the Rams go up early, Seahawks pass rate spike sets up live under possibilities and Seahawk team totals as well. So keep an eye out for that. This feels like a Stafford in full command game versus a Seahawks offense held together with tape up front. Yeah, loving the Rams spread on this. That's where I'm at.
Okay. Great take. And Aaron, anything to add on to or disagree with from Angel and Joe?
I do love this game. I'm glad that they didn't make it not the game of the week like last week. I think it is game of the week actually this time because I've been pretty high. I think last week I was kind of high on the Seahawks and it all worked out well and everything, but looking at like the 49ers, anybody can beat them. Anybody can beat the Steelers, the Saints, the Cardinals. I mean, the Buccaneers come to Seattle and beat them there. That's the first quarterback they saw like almost all season pretty much with a good quarterback. Unless you want to count Trevor Lawrence and CJ Stroud, but I don't think so. Just the fact that this is like the closest division rivalry in NFL. I think Seattle leads it, 28-27. So I think it's time to tie it up. being the closest one. I think the Rams are, aside from the Texans, the Rams are going to be the best defense they've seen all year. And I mean, a real quarterback for the second time in the rivalry. I love, and it's going to be all rainy and shit. So I don't know how many quarterback stuff, sorry, rainy and stuff. But I don't know how many quarterback arm factors are going to come into play here if it's going to be rainy and windy and stuff. I mean, it just kind of seems like low scoring. Hopefully Rams win, whatever happens. But I really like the under points in the game more than anything. I think both teams are going to take a long time to get up and down the field, especially Stafford, like 6-minute drives or whatever he's on. He'll know how to hold the ball. And then the Rams, I think they beat Philly, I think. I mean, the Colts, but they've just played more solid teams too. I think the Rams are coming into this with a bit more notches under their belt than the Seahawks have, even though the Seahawks look fantastic. I just think the Rams are more forged and ready for this one, I guess you could say.
Great. I actually love that. I didn't realize how high on DraftKings right now the total's at 48.5.
Yeah, I bet it's like 36. And all these games, if they're close games like this and they're divisional and they're close games, they're all hitting in like 30s. I mean, 39s or lower. I mean, I do like the under, but I think it's going to be a good game. See what old Darny boy can do.
Yes, sir. I'm going to be looking at a teaser with the Rams plus like 4.5 and a little bit of a juiced under. We'll see. It's not an official pick. That's just talking. Cool. And we're going to wrap things up with the return of the Cowboys. They have disappointed me for 3 weeks straight, including last weekend where they didn't play. That was also a disappointment. So they can't do anything right, apparently. Mini rant session over. But I do like their spot here. We're going to see what happens. I'm not putting all my eggs in one basket kind of situation, but they are favored on the road. Spreads at -3, and the money line is -175 right now. And we're going to start with Joe this time.
Yeah, so Cowboys at Raiders. Now I could say Geno Smith. Geno Smith is done with the quad injury.
Hey,
He's full participant though, so you can't really bank on that. Still the starter. He's efficient in structure for sure, but he's not the same mover when limited and behind a shaky interior. Dallas, on the other hand, has been under the radar. Has been choppy this season, and efficiency has swung week to week with protection and wide receiver consistency. So, I mean, it's not really on the wide receivers, it's just the offense in general. Dak, had some MVP games, and then now no one's even mentioning him anywhere near MVP conversation. Should he end the season the way he started, he could be back in it, but yeah, it's just inconsistent right now. Several defenders and O-line pieces are listed for the Cowboys and trending toward playing. We need Overshown back. Overshown's a big deal. I think he's a young guy that is very talented, has a high ceiling, and Tyler Smith is limited but expected. And there's an emotional overlay. Obviously, Cowboys still processing the tragic loss of Marshawn Nealon, which could cut both ways from a performance standpoint. This is Cowboys pass rush versus Raiders O-line. Missing a starter and shuffling spots is the cleanest edge, in my opinion. Geno's mobility is terrible when under pressure. I wouldn't say terrible, but he's just not the same. That's not when he has those Geno games. Cowboys, they've toggled between tempo and grind. Both teams, they've oscillated between touchdowns and field goals in the red zone area. So can't really give an edge there. But Raiders can bog things down and force threes with decent red zone defense. So for this has an ugly but close Monday Night Football written all over it for me. More about who avoids the big mistake, in my opinion, than who lights up the scoreboard. So for that reason, I'm going full game under 46.
Interesting take. Okay. I like that. Aaron, let's go you next. What do you think about this one?
I think got to be on the Cowboys. Big they got returning players, a little emotional comeback. They need some spark over there. And I think with returning players, they'll have, I guess, just what they need to lose at home like that and then go on the road and win. I like the spot because they're on the road and they're not at home, and That's not good for them when they're at home usually. Yeah, I think it's just a get up spot for them. I think it's in a dome out there. I think that's going to be a big plus for Dak and passing. I think it's going to be probably kind of one-sided is what I'm thinking. But the Raiders somehow are what, 4-1 against this? No, they're 4-2 as home dogs against the spread. So, I mean, maybe we see some ugly football. Maybe we don't. I think I'm throwing that number out of the window personally for me because I think it's just time for the Cowboys to win by a touchdown or more. I mean, I think it's a good spot. That's all. I know I already said that, but
I hear you.
yeah, the Cowboys good rushing defense, honestly, put up some yards. I think
Now,
it's
Now we back.
yeah, but they were top 10, I guess. And then
yeah,
Raiders are
without
28
the
first
addition of
quarterback.
Keenan,
And it looks like
yeah,
Geno's
we
only
went
went over
from
his passing prop 4 times out of 17. So
stopping the pass to stopping the run only. Love it.
Wonder what changed. But yeah,
Micah
no,
Folk,
that's
winning Williams.
no, it's a good outlook.
yeah, I
It
think it's
is.
a good thing for them. I mean, they might be coming back doing both. They might have a good game here, honestly.
We'll see. And also, just we were promised some changes, is what I'm gonna think on. Shoddy came out, said, "Look, we know it's not working," and now I think it was even before they lost. It doesn't matter, but yeah, he came out and said there are going to be scheme adjustments on both sides of the ball. Hopefully, they end up getting right. Apologies for the interruption. Angel, go ahead and finish us out for this game. Anything to add on to what Joe and Aaron said?
Yeah, I got something. So this isn't as intense as those 7-2 matchups, but I mean it's still Cowboys games, I'll be watching. It's not looking very good for the Cowboys. They might be missing the playoffs for the second year in a row unless they can start winning some games. And I think this is a good game to start winning some games. Not only did the Cowboys trade for defensive tackle Quinnen Williams, but they also have a new linebacker in town named Logan Wilson. He is in line for his first game with the Cowboys after his trade from Cincinnati went through just a few hours before the Williams deal. So I think the Cowboys defense is about to flip from the second worst defense to maybe mid defenses is my guess. But anything's better than dead last where they're used to being.
Super Bowl.
Yeah, they're winning now
I
if you
mean,
ask me.
earlier in
But
the
I
year,
hold that in.
I mean, the way Dak was playing earlier, they were saying if the Cowboys just had an average defense, they'd be like real contenders. So,
He just
now we
got
have average defense, maybe.
He just got what he asked for. Cowboys are coming off a bye week. Most of their offense is pretty healthy. They got a guy named CeeDee Lamb, a guy named George Pickens, Jake Ferguson. He has weapons on weapons. Dak's healthy. Javonte Williams, probably one of his best seasons ever in the NFL, finding his stride. We have one of the best offensive lines in the NFL. So I think they have all the things they need to win. Can they make it work and not turn over the ball? And ultimately, can the defense stop Brock Bowers and Ashton Genty? Because that guy is scary standing up straight in that backfield. I don't like it. So let's stop them. Maybe let Bowers get one touchdown for my fantasy team, but after that, no more. And then I think the Cowboys can win this game.
Yeah. I thought the one touchdown thing last week when I put money on it.
Oh yeah, struggle is real. But against the Cowboys, quarterbacks usually have their best. So Geno Smith might be in for a passing game. We'll see how much pressure Quinnen Williams can put on him.
We'll see. Looking forward to the scheme adjustments personally, seeing how we respond to what they're known to do. I mean, this is a very middle of the road level test. Like, I know the Raiders they don't have the best record, but they're not the worst team. Like, they have so much talent, and it's still the
True.
NFL. I just feel like if they can make the right decisions, we can get a really good outlook for the second half of the Cowboys season, but ultimately we'll see how the execution goes. Cool. All right. So that wraps up the slate of games that we're going to talk about across, games and matches across UFC, NBA, and NFL. So now we're going to head into the Lock It In segment, and I'm going to kick things off with Angel. What are your Lock It In picks?
Yeah, so I believe we have 3 bets for you. We have a UFC bet, NBA bet, and a football bet. We're going to start with our NBA bet. We're going to that Warriors game we talked about. Steph Curry did just go for 46 points. I do think if the Spurs want to win, they don't let him score for 46 points. Maybe they need to throw more defense his way. So I think Steph Curry is going to end up passing the ball a bit more in this game, leading to more assists. He did have 5 assists last game, and I think he can get that here again. I'm not sure if this line is correct or not, but it looks like free money. Over 4.5 assists. I don't know why it's plus money. It's probably over 5.5 assists. Even I'd still take that. So that's my first bet. My second bet, we're going football. Back to our Buccaneers and Bills game. Once again, go Bucks. I think with the Bucks being 5.5 point underdogs, it's going to lead to a passing game script. And I think Baker Mayfield will be passing 1 or 2 of those passes to Rachaad White. He is one of the backup running backs, and he is going to be one of the starting running backs this game. He is one of their more pass-catching running backs, and he has a very good usage rate. The line is only 14.5 yards. If he gets even 2 catches, 3 catches, he gets that very easy. If the Bills are bringing the pressure, it's a good dump-off pass for Baker Mayfield. Look for that to be intact. And then my last bet is UFC 322. This Sean Brady versus Michael Morales is wild. I don't know how we got this fight. It's going to be an insane fight. Sean Brady's coming off one of the most dominant wins, submission of Leon Edwards. But Michael Morales, this dude is on a different level. I don't know. Either Michael Morales is going to clobber Sean Brady and he's going to get him out of there early, or Sean Brady is going to take him down and he's going to twist him like a pretzel and make him tap out. I'm liking the more dominant approach with Sean Brady. If he just gets him to the ground once, I think it's over. The Ecuadorian might be tapping out, and that is what I'm picking for this weekend. Sean Brady. Let's go.
All right. And sorry, did you have something to add?
Honestly, I love that. I do like that Sean Brady pick. I always got to do more research leading up to the day of and on the actual day of the fights. There's been a lot of times where I've been swayed a different way the day of the fights due to some last minute information. So that's always a factor. But as of now, I like the Brady fight, the Brady angle
Let's
Angel just dropped on
go.
us.
We riding.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, if Islam's saying his hardest fight in the division is Sean Brady, then you know Islam sees something, because
He
even
knows
Islam
something.
thinks
Yeah. He
Sean
knows a
Brady
thing
will
or
beat.
two.
Yeah, like he said, if he shows up in shape like he should, like he did last fight, then Sean Brady will beat Morales. That's Islam's take, so we'll see.
Yeah, unless
We will.
Morales has one of those first round finishes that he's used to getting, I don't think he puts Sean Brady away. So let's see if he gets him out there early.
Yes. For people who are listening to Angel's first pick, the Curry assists, it is on DraftKings right now. Legal betting over 4.5 at plus
Bro,
102.
give me that. Are you
Wow,
kidding
that's
me? He just
easy
had
money.
5 assists, 5
That's free
rebounds,
money.
and 46 points. Let's go.
Is
That's
that
my
an
number
Angel
one bet.
10-unit pick right there? I was kidding.
Oh,
Don't
first of
ever
them
bet 10
all.
units. That's
Nah,
irresponsible.
just maybe 1.5.
Nah.
5 max.
Yeah, that's a good one though. Let's go.
For real. Joe, since you already started talking about UFC, you want to kick us off for
Yeah.
your lock it in?
Yeah, so for Lock It In today, I have 3 best bets. Just like Angel, we got an NFL, NBA, and a UFC best bet. Best bet number 1, we'll go with Rams -3 versus Seahawks. You know, playing top tier level at home. Rams passing game versus Seahawks busted O-line and wide receiver health questions. Divisional games, but Rams have the cleaner, healthier structure right now. And then best bet number 2 was NBA. I'm really liking that Warriors and Spurs first half under. I think it's set at 120.5 right now. Second straight matchup. First game was a shootout, so both staffs are just down. Spurs naturally slow pace, plus Warriors tired legs after a heavy Steph workload. Point to a more methodical first half, even if the full game still finds points late. Loving the first half angle here. Best bet number 3, UFC, Della Maddalena money line. Loving this one for a unit, plus 200 right now, or 215 versus Islam. Islam is the rightful favorite. But at plus 215, you're buying a high output champ with real boxing and damage optics in a new weight class. It's a new matchup for Islam, and the last person that Islam fought that was as well balanced as this, although they're not comparable right now because the new champion was Volkanovski. Volkanovski has trained with Jack Della Maddalena for this camp, has told him everything he needs to know. And I think Jack Della Maddalena can replicate that fight with Volkanovski. Fight 1, not 2, where he got knocked out on a few weeks' notice. Fight 1, where Volkanovski had time to prepare for Islam, and Islam was seeing ghosts. His eyes were big in the 5th round. He was shook, man. He didn't know that little Volkanovski could do that to him. Well, Jack isn't little Volkanovski. He's bigger. He's just as skilled, in my opinion, with better striking, more pop, and can break Islam down in the striking. If Islam doesn't get these takedowns, and if he can't get these takedowns, if he can't get these takedowns just like he couldn't get them with Volkanovski, it is going to be a long, bad night for Islam.
I like it. Jack is younger. Jack is taller. Jack has a longer reach. Let's go Australia. Let's do it.
Jack all day. Plus, he beat Islam's teammate, Bilal.
Ooh.
And I know Bilal's not a Dagestanian, but they still share the Muslim brotherhood. He still knows the secrets of the Dagestanian. He still trains with them. And Bilal's a dog. People may hate him, but he's a beast. And Jack just pieced him up like nothing. I'm liking Jack in this fight.
That was devastating.
But definitely, you might want to hedge Islam by sub.
Understandably so. He's a hard one to bet the house against, and no disrespect meant towards Volkanovski in any of the comments here. Sometimes the little guys are very powerful.
Yeah, yes, they are. That center of gravity, it comes full force.
Volk's my idol. Same height.
We know.
He used to be thick. You know.
No, we know. Audience knows.
Well, reminder. Aaron, wrap us up. What are your lock-it-in picks?
I probably got 2 again. In that Rams game, what was yours, Joe? What were you on?
Rams
On
minus
the
30.
spread.
I love the under, but I think I got to play Rashid Shaheed receiving yards. It's 31.5, and the Rams, I mean, they're going to be locking down in Jigba. Finally, they're going to be playing somebody who can a little bit better than some. And I think it's a low line for someone like him, considering he's probably going to turn into a deep route man too. At 31.5 yards just feels like free. So I love that. And I'm all on the under, really. They're both in that same game. I'd probably play the under down to like 45-ish, maybe. But before I felt like it was unsafe, kind of. I think it's going to be a great low scoring game. So both of mine are just in that same game.
Well, those both picks?
Yeah.
All right. We'll take it. I appreciate the insight. I'm going to look at that sheet prop a little bit later to see how he's been adjusting to the new system, but thank you.
He wasn't there, but he had 68 yards versus the Rams 2 weeks ago, and he should get the ball better this time. So I just think it's worth a bit.
Absolutely. Understandably so. Cool. Well, everybody, that's the show this week. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hope everyone tunes into UFC. If you want to get the full slate of picks, you know where to find them. It's going to be in the Moneyline Hacks Discord. Join VIP. There are trials all the time. You will not be disappointed. Joe, do you know off the top of your head what your NFL POD, or no, what your general POD run is on? I don't know what it's some crazy record.
I don't know the general POD because the general POD, more sports. It's all sports combined. But POD standing for Play of the Day. But my NFL Play of the Day record this season is 23-6. We won 9 in a row, lost 1, and then won the one yesterday. So, yeah, 23-6 overall this season. We've been killing it on NFL overalls. Yeah, it's been a great season. So if you love NFL, love betting NFL, check us out. We got the best angles.
Let's go.
Yes, sir. Cool. Good luck, everybody. I hope you have a great fall weekend. We're getting to that sweet time of year. Holidays coming up. Hope you get to see your families, spend some time with loved ones, get drunk, stuff your face. I guess see family. Everyone's got a different life, but have a good weekend. I hope you make some money, and thank you to all the guests and my co-host, Joe.
Hey,
Cut through the chatter, fade the noise.
Cowboys.